Hi crafting friends, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, a special welcome. In today's video, I'm going to show you some more ideas, ways that you can use Dollar Tree napkins and Dollar Tree ribbon to decorate baskets and create the look of a painted design. Using simple decoupage techniques, you'll be amazed when you see how transformative this technique is. This is a sweet little bird napkin that I had, and I used it recently to create this little bird on a canvas in a Dollar Tree frame. It looks as though the design has been painted. I'm going to use now some fabric Mod Podge on this basket that I purchased from Amazon. I'm going to use one of the Dollar Tree sponge brushes to apply this fabric Mod Podge to the surface of the basket. But first, I'm going to take this Dollar Tree napkin. It's so sweet with the love and Valentine-inspired design. And I'm going to separate the plies. This happens to be a 2-ply napkin, so I'm using a drop of Mod Podge between my thumb and index finger to separate those plies. You only want the surface layer of the design. Now that the top ply has been removed, I'm going to just lay it across the front of the basket to get a sense of how the design will appear. You want to choose a basket with the same background color of the napkin so that the design will blend beautifully into the weave. Now I'm going to use my water pen. These can be found at Dollar Tree as well, and the chamber is filled with water. You can also use a paintbrush dipped in water. What I'm doing here is just outlining the portion of the design that I want to use against the basket. And you see that that water line weakens the napkin, allowing you to tear it, and it makes it so easy to separate the design from the rest of the napkin. And you can see as I pull it apart, it just crawls right along there and tears away very easily. Once I have that fully removed, I'm going to set it aside and use some of the fabric Mod Podge to coat the front of the basket where we want our design to be adhered. You can use a regular paintbrush as well, but I'm using one of those sponge brushes from the Dollar Tree, and I'm just creating a nice thick layer across the front, approximating where the design is going to adhere. Here I'm adding quite a bit, as you see, because we want it to saturate into the weave and then adhere nicely to that napkin. With that thick layer of Mod Podge now evenly applied, I'm now just going to place that napkin design right across the front of the basket. You'll want to be very gentle because the napkin is now wet and very thin with just the 1 ply. So once you have it against that adhesive surface, you can then just take your fingers and very gently lay it in place. To protect the design, you can also use a plastic bag. And here you see I'm using a plastic bag to smooth over the design. That prevents the design from tearing as you put pressure against it. And you can see I'm just going over all the lines of the weave to ensure that the design flows through all the textures and contours of the basket. This step is an important detail because you do want the image to appear as though it's been painted on the basket. And by going over it with the plastic bag, you can really ensure that it adheres nicely. You can see that this napkin has a red border, and that band of red looks really pretty along the rim of the top of the basket. You can see it's also on the sides, and where the napkin didn't fully adhere because I hadn't carried that Mod Podge out far enough, I'm just folding it back carefully and adding some Mod Podge, and then I'll just lay that side back down and smooth it in place with the plastic bag. You can use this technique on any little edges or corners that didn't initially adhere. And after it thoroughly dries, you'll want to use one more coat of Mod Podge just over the surface of the design to seal it in place. I also used my fingertip to remove the side borders. I wanted those hearts, as you can see, to just kind of blend seamlessly into the basket, leaving only the border along the top rim of the basket. Now I'm using this very decorative Dollar Tree ribbon. I thought it coordinated so beautifully with the design of the napkin, and I'm just going to tie sweet little bows into the sides of the basket. There's little slits, as you can see, so I just pulled some of the ribbon through and I tied a ribbon on each side. The Dollar Tree napkin and the Dollar Tree ribbon coordinate so well that the little bow does carry through the design. An easy way to finish off the ends of the ribbon is just to take that end and fold it in half, and then use your scissors to make a diagonal cut. You'll see here how quick and easy that creates a nice little dovetail end. It's a nice way to trim the end of a ribbon with a clean angled cut. Now here I have a heart that I created using air dry clay, a cookie cutter, some pink paint, glitter, faux sprinkles, and a jewel from Totally Dazzled. I have a video describing this easy technique if you'd like to learn how to make one of these. They're so pretty, fun to make, and you can decorate them in a wide variety of ways. And here you see it's the perfect exclamation point on the side of this basket. And now, before I show you some styling ideas for the basket, I want to just give you a glimpse of other projects I've recently made using napkins. I decorated the inside of a Dollar Tree $1.25 basket. I used that same napkin to create that busted canvas on Dollar Tree canvas. And here I used the sweet little bird napkin on Dollar Tree canvas with a Dollar Tree frame, and it looks as though it's a painted image. With every project, I continue to be amazed by the wonderful ways you can use napkins to create the look of painted designs. Here you see, I used napkins inside oyster shells to create the seaside image and this Christmas ornament. Here you see the sweet little bird's nest. I did that on a canvas and then mounted it onto a larger frame. All the details and demonstrations of these projects can be found on my channel. And if you're enjoying this video, I would really appreciate if you'd give me a like, a thumbs up, and a comment would be wonderful. I love to get to know members of this crafting community. I really love the way this project turned out. I think you would enjoy making one, and you can see just how easy it is to transform a simple basket into one that looks as though it has a painted design. The faux tulips draped in the basket are such a beautiful touch, and it's so nice to see those springtime Valentine Day colors, especially with the backdrop of snow through the windows. I have a lot more Valentine projects planned, and I'd like to give you a glimpse of one that I'm working on now. At my local antique store, as I browsed through the aisles, I found a vintage set of Tinker Toys. I'm using that container along with one of the Dollar Tree Valentine's Day trees, along with some of the Dollar Tree little heart ornaments that they have in their display for decorating the trees, and I'm using some of the Tinker Toys. These vintage wooden Tinker Toys lend themselves so well to creating ornaments. I'm using Dollar Tree ribbon, and you'll see how easy and fun it is to make these whimsically inspired decorations for the Valentine tree. It's all upcoming on my Valentine's Day video, which I look forward to publishing next week. Please do consider subscribing if you haven't already, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video. In the meantime, take care and God bless.